Welcome to What Your Money Would Say with Andrew McNair. If you're close to retirement, Andrew is here to help you speak the language of your money. He'll help you learn about strategies for creating income in retirement, managing your wealth, and minimizing taxes. Welcome to What Your Money Would Say with Andrew McNair.
Preparing and saving for retirement can be a challenge for all of us, but for small business owners, there are some unique concerns and challenges. We want to spend some time today talking about ways you can prepare for retirement if you aren't retiring from a corporate job with a 401k. Andrew, so great to see you. And I love this topic because it really speaks to the nuance and the individual needs that people have. And today is all about small business owners.
Certainly, I'm excited. As a business owner, I'm not an employee of Swan Capital, not a franchise financial advisor. I actually own Swan Capital, so I can relate to those business struggles.
This speaks to you. Okay, well, we would love for you to impart your wisdom for sure. So I want to give you a little bit of a stat here. 34% of small business owners say they don't have a retirement savings plan. 34%. So what does that tell you about how prepared small business owners are for their own retirement?
Well, you think about it, most business owners, their pension is coming from their business. Their 401k managed by their business. Their income is coming from the business. That means all the shoulder and stress is on one person's potentially shoulders and that couple that started that business. And so it's a lot of pressure to get it right, and the stakes are really high.
Now, there are a lot of small business owners that are struggling to keep their doors open with all of the changes in the economy over the last several years.
With AI and things like that.
It just keeps coming, right? So they've got to certainly weather many storms. So some may say, I'm just ready with all of this to call it quits. Things are changing all the time. So how do you talk to people who are considering an early retirement after running their own business?
Sure. Well, alongside business brokers, we've worked with our clients to coach them on how to maximize their business. And again, I have that perspective as a business owner where I can speak to a business owner and show them that if they were to just do simple steps, like, for example, raising your prices, as simple as that is, sometimes I have to speak one-on-one to that business owner and the other spouse is saying, I told you we should have been raising prices, because I finally get the client to understand that if they don't raise the prices, the new owner is going to raise the prices on their consumers and their customers. And that new owner is going to get the value appreciation of raising those prices. Then we're working with clients on decentralizing their business away from them, which increases the market valuation of their business. We're also helping them separate their books so that many times as a business owner, some of your personal expenses might be sadly embedded with your finances of the business, which convolutes the cash flow statement for the business owner. So by helping clients navigate all of those decisions, it helps them get a higher valuation, which allows them to have that larger liquidity event, which ultimately helps them retire and stay retired.
When we think about the challenges for these people who are working or owning the small business, that lack of the employee-sponsored retirement account, right? So the 401k that so many people know and think about with retirement. So let's talk about some of the options for retirement savings for those who don't have a big employer account.
Yeah, I think you're touching on a really good topic. I have a lot of close friends that are business owners, and they've been taught that, invest in your business. Well, I think the complete opposite. It's like, how can we help the community, help our employees get where they want, but also extract money from the business for our own retirement? And this is why at Swan Capital, I've reinvested in Swan Capital, but I also have my own retirement accounts. So this is where helping clients understand that they need either a SEP IRA or simple IRA, depending on how many employees they have, depends on if a SEP IRA or simple IRA is best. And then does the client need a 401k, or do they need to open that 401k to multiple employees? So if, for example, you have no employees, you can do a solo 401k and put up to 31,000 plus back into a deferred retirement account. But if you have employees, this is where we're talking with clients about making sure that 401k is an added employee benefit where they can attract better talent and improve the culture with their benefits, but also put away money for them and their spouse within that 401k. And that's exactly what I do. I maximize my Roth IRA, but also my Roth 401k for me and my spouse.
I see so many parallels between those who may not have a business, and we talk about diversification, right, a lot. And it's interesting to hear you talk about when it comes to your business, not having everything all in this, right? It's almost important to diversify.
That's right. I mean, if you think about it, that's the troubling thing about those employees of Enron. They had everything tied up in the company. Their stocks, certificates, stock options were in Enron. Their income came from Enron. Their 401k was there. And so don't make the same mistake as an Enron employee with your own business. As a business owner, you are trying to increase the value of your business. That's one of your largest assets. And I get it. You're about to come into a new chapter where you're going to have to let go of your baby or transition your baby to the next generation. And we have so much struggle, dreams, and our identity in our business. And so that's a lot of anxiousness that can be tied to separating from our business. But what I try to do is sit down with couples, make sure they understand what their bucket list, what their dreams are as a couple, and say, how is this business that's provided a lifestyle for us the last 20 years going to provide a lifestyle in retirement for the next 20?
You're getting where I want to head next, that identity that's tied into the business. I think for anybody, that transition, that shift into retirement can be hard, a lifestyle change. How is it specifically so for those who may have that business, and how do you help navigate that?
Well, literally your name could be across the front door. And so when you have to pass that on to the next generation or some private equity firm, it's kind of sad to see it let go. I mean, we spend 80% of our time, waking hours, oftentimes at work with these other people that are not our family, but they've become our family as employees, and we're going to have to say goodbye. And so if you're wondering, well, Andrew, maybe I'm not at a stage where I'm ready to sell my business, that's still a good time to do your financial planning so that if it's 5-10 years out from you selling your business, that you have your estate planning in coordination with your business planning. When's the last time you looked through your LLC, your operating agreement, and made sure that it was owned by your trust, those shares? When's the last time that you looked at the property that you own that your business rents from to reduce liability? So when we sit down with a client, we have an estate planning attorney in our office that can speak to the estate planning as well as the asset protection for that business owner.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do is, again, wait until it's too late. So as soon as you can start having these conversations, the better off you'll be. Okay, thank you. Well, coming up, small business owners certainly face some unique challenges in preparing for retirement. If you're your own boss, this next segment is for you. We'll walk you through ways to prepare an exit strategy and some of the other factors you may want to consider as you head into retirement. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
How does your future look in retirement? When you don't have a strategy, the future might look a little fuzzy. But with someone asking the right questions and helping you learn where you truly stand, it can become easier to work towards your goals. You need a plan to help generate income that will last as long as you need it. And the first step to creating an income plan is an analysis of where you are now.